Hi and welcome to a bonus episode from the Getting Things Done podcast from Vital Learning. I am Morten and I do not have Lars with me in this intro, but later in this episode you will hear his voice and hear us talk about getting things done with others. We've been granted to do a takeover of the podcast of Getting Things Done, the official podcast from David Allen Company. And I think without further ado, we'll just run that episode. So enjoy. Hi and welcome to a bit of a different episode of the official Getting Things Done podcast. My name is Morten and I'm here today with my good friend and colleague Lars Rothskild Hendriksen. Privet, Lars.
Privet, Morten, happy to be here. Some of you will know that Morten and I speak all the time when we record our own podcast about GTD, but we've been allowed to do a short takeover of this podcast, mainly to talk about the value of getting things done with others. We are both GTD master trainers in the Nordic region and have a partnership in the company delivering GTD and trainings here called Vital Learning. We wanted to dive into three different topics today.
Yes, we would like to firstly talk about the Getting Things Done Summer Camp of 2024, where you can meet, network and create a relationship with other GTDers to enhance your GTD practice. And secondly, we want to touch upon the new book that is arriving sometime in the period of March/May with David Allen and Ed Lamont, who will teach you about team, getting things done with others. And thirdly, GTD Connect membership, where you can meet people in forums, discuss and learn, and gain access to the vast library of Getting Things Done learning resources there. So let's go to topic number one, Lars. Why a summer camp?
Yeah, so this is something that we've been doing in Denmark for a number of years now. We've always had quite an active GTD community in Denmark, which has been a lot of fun over the years. And there was a wish to connect more and to dive more into the methodology and share tips and tricks. And, as we always say, GTDers are the nicest people in the world. And that really just shows at this GTD Summer Camp. Everyone wants to chip in and help others improve their own GTD practice. So this started as a request from the community. We set it up. We had an organizing group which has stayed on all of the time. So big thanks to them. We set it up the first time back in September 2021, where we had rented an observatory of all places. I think the darkest place in Denmark, really, because it was very sort of strict limitations from the government on how much light there could be, which of course allowed for everyone to really think higher horizons, look at the stars and enjoy the scenery. So we had a weekend there, had a lot of fun sharing our own tips and tricks in GTD, and we wanted to do more. So we set up a new summer camp in 2022. We did it in the summer instead, so we moved it to June. Found a really nice place where we could be close to the sea. Nice rooms for everyone and nice facilities for presentations. A lot of room for socializing with other GTDers. Just next to the water, we could go for a swim. It was great, and again, look at the stars and the higher horizons was a perfect analogy there. So we repeated that in 2023, same location. Now we were up to about 45 participants. I think we're between 15 and 20 the first year, and the fourth year will then be this year, June 15 to 16, 2024, same location. So still here in Denmark, not very close to the airport, but we always figure it out when it comes to transportation. So we'll get a ride with me, or we'll figure out the public transportation and pick everyone up. And that usually works out nicely. And it's just been growing. We hope to be between 50 and 60 participants this year, and we already have half of those seats reserved by now. It's becoming even more global than we ever thought. So initially, it was actually more global than we had thought. It started in Denmark because we had such a significant community here, but we had people flying in from several countries, and this year it's even several continents. It's North America, it's South America, it's Asia, it's Europe. There are really, people coming from all around the world now to just hang out and enjoy the weekend. And it's so much fun. It's worth noting that it's non-profit for us, so we always just negotiate a good deal with the venue where we are staying at. So we have all the food and accommodation included, and that's basically what you pay for. Morten and I go there every year, and we travel on our own dime as well. So really trying to minimize the cost to make sure that the summer camp is available for everyone.
And it is truly non-profit. That is, nobody who has a presentation or a keynote there makes any money on that. It's just as a service to the community to help each other get better at getting things done. For those of you who are a little scared traveling to Denmark, feeling that, I don't know how to get to the venue and such, then that is not a problem, because when you do your sign up, you will tell people, I need help to get there. And there will be somebody getting in touch with you to make sure that you know how to get there. Either you will be picked up, as Lars said, in a car, or we will show you how to get there with public transport and maybe pick you up closer to the venue. So that is not a problem. One of the things that I think we should now focus on is the value of why would you go and hang out with others to learn getting things done, like we do in the summer camp. What is your take on that?
For me, I mean, the community is really just enjoying that weekend with other GTDers, other like-minded people. Just the companionship. A lot of nice companionships have blossomed following people that have attended the summer camp. Of course, the starting point is learning GTD or becoming better GTDers. Most of them will be seasoned GTDers, but there are new GTDers there as well, just to pick up and learn more. And the vision for us when we organize it is really that you leave extremely inspired about your GTD practice and to expand on that really about life. To be honest, there are so many fun stories to share and so many things that happened over those weekends, and it's just the inspiration and the people that show up. It can be different attendees that will then look at the way that I do things, or have you thought about this, or maybe you can try this, or look at this checklist that I made, and people will know what you mean. These are like-minded people. So for me, it's always an inspiration to spend that weekend with them and share the reflection and just have fun with the nicest people in the world.
Well, I will second that, and one of the things that's been really valuable for me is a part of this is to do a walk and talk. So during the weekend, there will be a walk and talk where you will partner up with some other person there, and you will walk and just talk about whatever you want to. One of the most the things that I'm looking forward to is that walk and talk, because I've buddied up with Michael. Hi, Michael, if you're listening. He and I are sharing our life at a very deep level. We are really opening up our hearts and minds to the struggles we have in life. And that is a very valuable talk that I have with Michael, and he has seconded that with me. And just talk about everything that's heavy in life. And that's been good. Really the higher horizons, what is bugging you, what is not good. And it's I wouldn't say that you all people will do that. What do you do, Lars, when you do walk and talk? What's been your value of the walk and talk?
Well, it's been different, I think, from year to year. I love that this was always a part of the summer camp, because it's always so valuable to have that one-on-one time. And we actually set aside a full hour, we will in 2024 as well, to just have a walk around on the beach, if the weather permits. Danish summer weather can be varying, let's say, but we've been lucky for the most part to be able to take these walks, and it's been really different for me from year to year. I think for me, it's always interesting to hear the different perspectives, how GTD is so universally applied, no matter where you come from. So had some nice walks with people from halfway around the world, and we still have so much in common. And it's always so interesting to hear how people have used it, learn more about their lives, and how they have picked up GTD to help them in their lives. But it really can be different from person to person, what they benefit and how deeply they go. I would also highlight the GTD buddies, the GTD partnerships that have blossomed from the summer camp. It's been awesome. I know people that, it's 1.5 years since last since there was a summer camp where some people joined up and they still do their weekly reviews together online, virtually just sit there and do it together and share how it went and reflections on their weekly review. So some really nice companionship and partnership can blossom from there. I know there's a podcast, a very nice nerdy podcast that was started by two people that met at their summer camp as well. Some people have, I remember especially one person sharing that she had taken some things off her someday maybe list and activated some really big major life changes that happened after the summer camp. So just that time for reflection and spending time with like-minded people can actually make some really significant changes in life. But again, it's very different. Some people take more action on their list. Some people start to look more at the higher horizons. Some people adjust different parts of their workflow. It really varies. But the feedback that all attendees had was that they always leave inspired, and that is again what we're looking for.
Indeed. What would you do, Lars, if you want to learn more about the GTD Summer Camp? Where would you ask people to go?
I would suggest to go to gtdsummercamp.com, all one word, and that will redirect you to the Danish Vital Learning website where we have all of the information currently available at the moment. The program is still tentative. We always work on this, but we have a pretty good idea of what we will be focusing on this year. We established the theme of the 2024 Summer Camp pretty early on, which is getting things done together, which again lines up nicely with the team book coming out. So what we intend to do is to focus again on systems. We always like to geek out on that. We have played around with how much of the program we should spend on these systems presentations and sharing your systems for those people that want to do that. And we'll keep that as well this year with the angle of how do you then interact with others using your GTD system. So I'll be looking forward to that. We are talking right now about having a deep dive on some Microsoft tools and how that works with Copilot and everything. Hopefully we will have Ed Lamont joining us to talk about the team book. David will join us virtually. He already said to me that he will join us. We have Thais from Brazil talking about productivity and compassion, and so many cool things. We have one attendee who is bringing his first draft of a GTD board game. That's just so cool. and one last thing to mention, we always do a weekly review together. So this is a Saturday and a Sunday. We always have a Sunday morning will be a weekly review together. And I don't know if you've ever done a weekly review with 50 other people in the same room together, but there's just some kind of magical vibe that happens when you do a weekly review there. So
and it's so
a lot
quiet.
of fun, and really hope to see you there. Yeah. But you can feel the tension and the thinking in the room, and so many cool thoughts are happening right at that moment.
Yeah. So gtdsummercamp.com for signing up and finding more information about it. So we hope to see you. So let's move on to
one last thing that I did not mention yet was one comment from Hans from Germany last year, who said, "I have found my tribe." I just love that way of phrasing it, because it's a lot about companionship, especially with this year's theme, and that was just such a nice way to phrase it.
Yeah, so come join us, and maybe you also will find your tribe. So good.
I'm sure.
So let's move on to the new book that is coming. David Allen and his partner in London, or one of his partners in London, in the Next Action Associates, a company called Ed Lamont, they've co-written a book together. They call it Team: Getting Things Done with Others. And both you and I have been granted access to a preview copy of this. And I've just started reading, and I am excited. Have you read something still, Lars?
Same as you, just the first chapter, and really looking forward to diving more into it. It's at the top of my reading pile. Definitely looking forward to diving into that one.
On mine too. But the reason we are mentioning this now, and why this is at all interesting to talk about, except that it is a new book from David, is that we've both Lars and I hear this a lot, where you have a family or a member who doesn't getting things done, and how do I get them to work with me? How do I give this to others? Which is kind of like the holy grail for a lot of people. But now we have a book that will come out that is addressing team. The team activities around getting things done. How can a team get things done using the methodology? And I think that is a valuable, especially maybe in companies. I'm not sure that your family will be very happy if you gave them that book, Team: Getting Things Done with Others. They may not be very enthused to join
Let's
you.
See.
Yeah. Lars's wife is in his business, so I'm sure.
Yeah, I've updated my gift ideas list for her that she will be getting.
A signed copy of the Getting Things Done with Others. Yes. So, but we are looking forward to this because it is addressing something that we've been heard universally, is that how can I get my colleagues to work like this? And you have a department lead or a managing director saying, I would like my company to do this. How can we do this together? And this is low-hanging fruit for doing that. And that is, well, we heard different things. I think Amazon.com says it comes in May. We've heard that it's going to be a book release in March from David Allen Company and David Allen himself. So for not confusing people, so sometime between March and May there will be a book. So if you go to Amazon.com and search for Team: Getting Things Done with Others, you can probably sign up to get an email when it's released. And now let's move on to our third topic, GTD Connect membership. What is the GTD Connect, Lars?
So GTD Connect is the member forum for GTDers all around the world, where there is a very active forum discussing GTD, discussing the methodology, discussing different tools and tips and tricks. So many valuable posts in there, and you'll frequently find Morten and myself in there as well, sometimes commenting on different posts and our reflections and how we would approach the different questions that show up in there. And the other part that I would highlight is the media library that you already mentioned in the beginning. So many resources in there, so valuable for me to dive in when I need to refine different parts of my practice or expand. So as many other GTDers, I had started off with, parts of GTD and started to build on that. And it was just such a great supporting resource in improving the different aspects of GTD for myself. So things like the areas of focus, how would I establish those? What might that look like? Well, there is a video in there. There's a recording from an old webinar where they will walk you through that. My weekly review, I'm struggling a bit with that. How could I do that? Well, there's a guided weekly review. Just head on in there and go through that. And there's just, I know this from myself. I know this from many, many coaching clients, that this is just such a valuable resource. So highly recommend a membership in GTD Connect.
Indeed. One of the things that I've really enjoyed there, is that, as you mentioned, just on my personal note, is that the forums where you can discuss and you can talk and you can exchange ideas. That's been really valuable for me. And as you mentioned, the library of almost anything that the David Allen Company has ever made about getting things done is in there. So if you need to set up a tool, there's all the setup guides are there for all the to do, and Outlook, and OneNote, and OmniFocus, and everything. So everything is in there, and it is really a good learning resource and a way to hang out and learn with others. So that is basically what we wanted to tell you today. We hope that we have inspired you to look into how you can get things done together with other people. And we hope also that we will see you in this year's GTD Summer Camp, June 15 to 16 in Denmark. Go to gtdsummercamp.com to sign up and have more information. And if you want, you can, in addition to the official GTD podcast, also listen to Lars and me teach you getting things done in our podcast, Getting Things Done from Vital Learning. So we hope that we have given you something that is valuable. And until next time, stay safe and stay productive. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.